With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Colonial Clash Racing Series fires things off for race number 10 here in season number 3. That's right, it's the Eurotech 100 right here from the last great Coliseum. Bristol Motor Speedway gonna host the throwdown here tonight. Which one of these drivers is gonna be able to capture that gladiator sword for walking into victory lane? How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Happy hour in the books. Qualifying well underway. You can see the track temperature only 85 degrees on this concrete surface. Drivers out there trying to lay down the fast laps in qualifying for the moment. The Lucky Finn Project. Falcon Motorsports driver Troy Radford sits top of the speed charts. Quick time for Radford a 1465. 1465 remains the fast lap, just about halfway through qualifying. So while we've got a moment, while we've got an opportunity, let's go ahead and get rid of that track information and head into some of your point standings. Coming into tonight's race, 9 races in the bag, and the points shake down a little something like this. Chris Medford into victory lane one time this season in the season opener. To be a matter of fact, he stays top of the point standing charts by 9 points over his Falcon Motorsports teammate. Troy Radford sitting right there in second. How about the next Falcon Motorsports driver, Brandon Medford? Going to be right there in third. As the music fades into the background, last week's race winner, quick on the track in happy hour, quick in qualifying for the moment, sitting outside pole position, Cody Giles, going to victory lane last week at Texas Motor Speedway in the Fort Worth screen printing. I believe it was the 125, the Fort Worth screen printing 125. Yes, it was. Cody Giles took the checkered flag in that event. He's going to be 26 points back. And how about Mark Parkhurst? Great run so far this season as we get down to business with just tonight and 2 more races in the regular season. Drivers getting ready to flip the switch into playoff mode. And we're going to see if we can get any more fresh faces into victory lane. 6 winners in 9 races. Only Juan Jimenez and Troy Radford visiting victory lane multiple times this season. How about Jimenez jumping out of race control and into the truck, and he's going to sit inside of your top 10. Great points battle all throughout this entire field. And as qualifying slowly begins to run down, looks like we've only had 16 of those drivers qualify tonight. So what do you say we go ahead, drop that qualifying order over there to the left-hand side of your screen. There you see Radford with that quick time, the 1465, 2/10 faster than Cody Giles. Brandon Pike, Parkhurst, and Pemitat round out your top 5. Couple heavy hitters yet to put in their time, and there goes Chris Medford. He's going to jump to second on the board, but Jimenez and Thomas Smalling still yet to put in their qualifying times with just about 2 minutes remaining. It's going to be, they're going to have to jump out there and jump out there quick. So as qualifying begins to close, we'll shut the track down and head to a brief commercial break. Get ready to go trackside for the national anthem, then have your starting lineup for you here tonight in the Eurotech 100. You're watching the Colonial Clash Truck Series right here live from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular the boats bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Back track side as the bells begin to ring. Drivers roll off of the starting grid. Here's your Eurotech 100 starting lineup here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Starting inside row number 1, taking the pole position, the Falcon Motorsports Lucky Finn Project 94 of Troy Radford. He'll top the speed charts. Chris Medford going to line up just to his outside. Thomas Smalling, Cody Giles right there in row 2. Row number 3 tonight, Brandon Pike, Mark Parkhurst, Brendan Pamitat, Spencer Teal, Guy Clem, and Tyler Rex round out your top 10 drivers. Getting ready to go green flag racing this time around. John Gudekunst's going to line up inside row number 6. Thad Failer in the 42 iRacing lead calculator machine just to his outside. Back in row 7, Dustin Franklin, Tyler Woodard, Todd Cleek, Brendan Medford. Back in row 8, row number 9 here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway, John Garrett and Blake Henderson. Juan Jimenez, Dalton Hayes rounding out your top 20. Zachary Cleekin, while I'm here, I am not out on the track. Looks like I'll get 22nd starting position, though. We'll move right along past that. Scott Mayhew and James Oop round out the 23 truck field here tonight. And just like that, pace car ducks off. We're ready to fire things off. Music cuts away and green flag flies as Radford nails the gas. Into the Geico restart zone they go, and off and away we are off of turn number 2 already, with Radford with a half a truck length over that 46 of Chris Medford. How tough will these Falcon Motorsports teammates run each other? Let's get a little closer to the action, as it looks like we do got one driver with some trouble, and there it is. Yes, indeed, caution flag flies for the first time here tonight. And Bristol Motor Speedway as we go on board. And oh, look at the pace car driver. Mr. Smith, slow that thing down. So a quick caution here tonight on lap number 2. What do you say we try to find that one? Looks like Dustin Franklin and John Garrett may have been involved. What do you say we go back here and find out what happened to that 47 of Dustin Franklin, the Fort Worth Esports sponsored driver, Fort Worth screen printing esports driver. Down on the inside, just a little bit of contact, and he goes right on around. Drivers trying to filter through. Looks like they did a good job of it. We'll take one more look at this one. Let's see how it all went down one more time for that 46 machine. 47, I apologize. There he is down inside. That Failer just is outside. And oh, yeah, just a little bit loose in contact from the 4 is going to send him around there. You can see his Fort Worth screen printing esports machine teammate 66 of John Garrett. He's going to go around here tonight, right the ship, and head back in the right direction. Keep in mind, race fans, if you're out there supporting these drivers in this league, take a look at that ARCA race coming up at Kansas this week, because our very own John Garrett will be out there racing that ARCA Menards machine. Sponsored number 10, so look for that number 10 this weekend. September 10th is when the ARCA race is, so I do believe that's going to be a Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. I do apologize about that one. So help support a fellow iRacer, fellow race enthusiast, John Garrett. A little bit of a rough go early here tonight for Garrett. He does head down pit lane, but does not make a pit stop. Todd Cleek is going to stop and top off with a little bit of fuel. Fix a little damage on that number 4 Ford F-150, and Cleek will head 7 places back, now running in that 22nd position. Troy Radford, your pole sitter, going to show the way. We've got 5 in the bag and 195 left to go here tonight. It's going to be a battleground all night long here in the last great Coliseum at Bristol Motor Speedway. Back to the concrete surface. No more dirt. We're going to run this the old school way. We'll see if anybody's cage gets rattled here tonight. And by the way, some of these drivers were talking about handling and the way these trucks were, I don't want to say giving them a fit, but a handful would be maybe a better descriptive word to use. Some were on the loose side, some were on the tight side, so a full spectrum of handling out here in the concrete high banks at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll see who can corral the truck the best, and the pace cars down into the Geico restart zone once again. Radford on the gas, and away we go. Medford a little bit slow to the gas pedal that time. That's going to open up the door on the inside for the 21 Pro Comp Racing Experience sponsored machine, piloted by Thomas Smalling, looking to battle with Medford for that second position. Those two trucks will remain side by side off of turn 4, back across the stripe. Radford liking what he sees in his rearview mirror, and that's 2 trucks side by side battling for position. Going to look throughout this field here tonight. We're going to be jumping all around. Dustin Franklin able to get by James Hu. That's going to be for 21st. John Garrett getting by Juan Jimenez for the 17th position. So I tell you what, why don't we head back in the field just a little bit? What do you say we go back here? Yeah, let's go right here. That failure right there in that iRacing League calculator 42 machine. A little bit of a fresh look on that 42 here. Used to seeing that all yellow machine out there, but I'm digging that lime green. Really, really liking that paint scheme out there tonight, driven by that iRacing League calculator driver, Thad Failer. He's going to round out your top 10 right now with a solid position. Chris Medford able to finally capture that second spot away from Thomas Smalling, and just like that, they're going to go at it once again. Why don't we go ahead and drop that timing and scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen, let you follow along just like we do. And I tell you what, let's go back a little further in the field. We got more drivers side by side. There's Zachary Cleek taking that chrome number 11 machine down to the inside of the fast forward body armor number 12 of Blake Henderson. Want to give Henderson a big time shout out here, making his debut at Bristol. And man, that's a tall order to step into, a big role to come into one of the tightest, closest, toughest track these drivers visit all season long. And it looks like a little blinky blink action. Nobody remembered to put the blinker fluid back in that F-150. So Henderson going to stay side by side. And we'll take a little look around the track once again. And why don't we go back here to 2-time race winner this season, the 22 machine of Juan Jimenez. Well, no, we've got a second Tundra in the field here tonight. Jimenez no longer all on his own. He can't sing I'm so lonely here tonight because there's 23 other truck drivers out there. One more Toyota to tag team with. We'll see how Jimenez goes. He's been known this season to kind of just labor in the back for quite some time, just kind of bide his time all race long, and at the end, where did he come from? right back up there at the front of the field, so we'll have to wait to see how that goes. There's the 77 of Tyler Woodard making a pass on Dustin Franklin. Ryan Paul. Oh, with contact. And Jimenez into the outside wall. He's sideways on the track and more. Oh, no. Caution on the speedway. Big trouble as the 4 cannot get slowed down. Oh, and we got more trouble. Thad Failer going to get collected. The 84 goes around. Big time trouble here with our second caution. Drivers not able to get woed up in time, and we got some big time trouble. Let's take a look back with the replay. Let's see what happened here with that 22. There you can see him down into the corner. Little bit, I think he may get a little bit of a shot here. Let's take a look, and there's a little bit of contact on that left rear, and that sends him right around and right up the track. And oh my gosh, did you see the 4 come in right there? Big time trouble for Zachary Cleek. Or Todd Cleek, I apologize. Let's go back. Let's take a look at this from Todd's perspective. There you can see him already injured, already damaged, and he's going to work his way down into the corner. See the caution lights on, and nowhere. Slight contact. I brought that 22 back up the track, and Cleek would know where to go, and then, he's got a front row seat for the T-bone action out of that 42. What happened with the 84? He's had some trouble here. Tyler Rex with an issue. What do you say we go take a look at what happened with Tyler Rex real quick? Riding along in the cockpit right here with your Chevy onboard camera and trying to check up on the brakes hard and into the barrels. Significant front end damage, but not enough to send those barrels flying. So that's going to be that's a little bit of a plus. No red flag needed here tonight, but we've got a quick second caution here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. There you can see Juan Jimenez still laboring down there on the bottom of the racetrack, and it looks like he's going to fall a handful of laps down. So what do you say we head back up with your race leader? 22 laps into tonight's race, knocking on about an eighth of the way through tonight's race. And this is going to be a battle of attrition, really. I think these drivers super talented, but with these trucks being a little bit free on the rear end, the bumps or the good old bump and run, as we all know it to be. We all know it exists. We know it's there. Trouble getting around a guy at a place like this. A little bit of a nudge into the corner sends him off the racetrack. Maybe gets him a little bit loose, depending on where that contact really is on the truck in front of you's rear end. So where you place the nose to the rear deck lid is very vital, very important on whether or not things go awry. And, well, sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But here, unfortunately, a handful of drivers caught up in our second caution. I believe a few of those quick repairs going to be used very early here tonight. These drivers in the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series allotted one quick fix, so it's a little bit of a reset here in the virtual world. One thing you don't have in real life is able to come down pit road, hit that little button, and magically David Copperfield on the scene, and boom, brand new car, and you can get back out there on the track. But with two quick cautions here before lap number 25, I would assume that some of these drivers may have already burned one of those fast repairs. Looks like Todd Cleek not using that fast repair just yet. He was on pit road for a long time fixing his truck. He's back out there on the track. However, off of the lead lap, we head back to the Geico restart zone. On the gas once again, and Radford gets us back underway. Radford with a good restart. He's going to go ahead and jump about 4 to 5 truck lengths out front. Medford and Smalling still going to go at it for that second position once again. How about that 7 machine? The Martin Sports Girotech sponsored number 7 of Cody Giles, looking to go back-to-back visits to victory lane. Can he get the job done? Only one driver has been able to go back-to-back race-winning weeks here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. And that's your pole sitter, your race leader, Troy Radford, showing the way a half a second advantage over Falcon Motorsports teammate Chris Medford. Thomas Smalling, there you can see that Pro Cup Racing Experience, sponsor number 21 machine, running the bottom all around the racetrack. He's going to try to close in, but single file now as Radford begins to step away. We're going to head back a little bit further in this field. What do you say we jump outside of the top five? There's Spencer Teal, another one of those Pro Cup Racing Experience sponsored Chevy Silverados in the field here tonight. The 20 machine with a good run, looking to close in on that 23 of Mark Parkhurst. Parkhurst kind of searching for a line right now, looking to the top, looking to the bottom. Going to be consistent on the bottom for the past 2 laps. We'll see if he stays there. Here comes Guy Clem. How about that safe flight? Repairs. Safe flight replace. Number 37, Silverado Guy Clem inside of the top 10. Great qualifying effort for Clem. He's going to gain 1 position throughout the green flag. Racing so far here tonight, fastest Ford on the field. Right behind him, that 62 of Brandon Pike. Pike, no stranger to the front. And that Money Lion, number 62 machine. And how about Scott Mayhew, man? Right behind Mayhew with a great run so far here. By far your biggest mover, up 13 positions. Scott Mayhew going to be listed as your biggest mover of the race, your fastest Toyota, and it looks like he's got Zachary Cleek down on the inside, so the all-chrome number 11 going to go ahead and take that position away. Crossover attempt coming. 56 not going to quite get there, and he'll fall into the clutches of that body armor number 12 machine, sideways off a corner exit. And, well, rain, go away. Looks like we got the vortex beginning to clear up some of the clouds. There you see a little bit of sun peeking through the clouds down on the track as we've got a hot and heavy Ford truck battle right here just outside of your top 10. And Brandon Medford has a problem, and we've got a caution. Caution on the speedway. Once again, Brandon Medford goes around. What do you say we look for that one? Do we got it, boys? All right, go ahead and find that one, and we'll get the thumbs up once they get that queued up and ready to go, and they say we're good. So what do you say we check the play? And there it is, just some contact into the corner. We spoke about when and where you make those little bump drafts, and it looks like just enough contact to send that Zoe's place number 83 machine around, and Medford now going to have a little bit further to run up through the field, as nobody's going to come to pit road from the front of the field. So what do you say we jump back alive at the front with Troy Radford? There you can see him still leading his Falcon Motorsports teammate Chris Medford. Thomas Smalling staying in third, your top 3 right where they qualified here tonight. So as we reach our third caution of the evening, we're going to take a quick commercial break, pay a few of the sponsors, pay a few bills. You know how that goes. So with that being said, race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here at the last great Coliseum. You're watching the Gearotech Solutions 100. Back live trackside as the field back underway after a quick 3 cautions here tonight. Your pole sitter Troy Radford still continues to lead the race here tonight. Falcon Motorsports teammate Chris Medford way up the track there in turns 1 and 2. That allowed Thomas Smalling to look to the inside, and once again you can get an idea from high above the track just how many of these Colonial Clash Truck Series drivers we got out there. Looks like already one retirement here tonight. James Oot in that Oot Renovations number 65 Chevy Silverado gonna have a rough go at it, and his night's gonna come to an early end. He'll walk away from Bristol with a 23rd finishing spot here tonight, and Radford begins to put down the power and walk away from this field. So what do you say we jump around the track a little bit? Let's find some action for you, and we got a caution on the speedway. Jimenez, Medford, Garrett all involved in this one. Let's go back and let's see what happened. There it is, already happening in the back of the field. Oh, and contact. Woodard's going to get some. John Garrett's going to get some. The 84 involved once again. The 4 machine checking up, trying to stay clear of it all. So what do you say we take a look once again, see how it all happened, what happened, how it went down. Contact in front, drivers checking up. 41 into the back of the 66. That sends him around the money line. 62 involved. The 83 also caught up involved in this one. A lot of damage going on here. Let's take one more look. What happened with the 22 of Jimenez? You see the 84 on the binders trying to stay out of it, and he's going to get collected. And smoke out of the tail end of that number 4 Ford F-150 Todd Cleek. If he hasn't used the fast repair, he's going to have to use a 1 this time around. Tough break early here for that number 4. So let's jump back live with your race leader up at the front. Radford yet to come to pit road. Your top 11 have yet to come to pit road. Dalton Hayes, John Garrett gonna jump down, see their crew this time around. 56 of Scott Mayhew also gonna head down pit road. Medford, Woodard, Gleek are some of the drivers listed in this one. Our latest caution gonna fly here at lap number 47. Quarter of the way through tonight's race, and we've had trouble on the track. Handful of drivers getting caught up and involved in multiple incidents. Pole sitter liking what he sees behind him, and that's the entire field Radford has led since the drop of the green flag. All night long, great restarts out of that Lucky Finn project number 94. Will he be able to put that Chevy Silverado back in victory lane for a 4th time this season? You know, we mentioned earlier, the playoffs, the postseason, right around the corner. Just tonight, next week at Daytona. And then Auto Club will finish out the regular season before we fire things off for the playoffs at, well, Turn 3's headquarters. The home track, the Tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway, will host a playoff race number 1 here in season number 3 for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Looks like the field should get the 1 to go this time around, and we'll get ready to go back. Green Flag Racing here in the Eurotech 100. And indeed, the 1 finger wave coming out to the field, so we'll get ready to fire things off this time around. Radford going to leave Medford back to the green flag. Thomas Smalling still holding down that 3rd position. Pamitat and Giles round out your top 5. Mark Parkhurst right there as well. Guy Clem inside the top 10. How about Dustin Franklin and Spencer Teal? Great run for them. 11 of Zachary Cleek. He's inside the top 10 now for this latest restart, and on the gas, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here at the Concrete Jungle Bristol Motor Speedway. Hot and heavy action for that second position. We've seen this one play out before, but this time it's Pamitat down there on the inside. Thomas Smalling with a run. He's going to push Medford by, and now Smalling going to go side by side for third. Side by side for third, side by side for seventh. Let's jump back here. Let's give these guys their sponsors and their teams a little bit of TV time here. Great run so far by that Dead Parrot. Pro Cup Racing Experience, number 20 of Spencer Teal. There you can see him down on the inside. Off that timing and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. He's going to grab a spot away from the newcomer. Blake Henderson going to fall to the 10th position. Zachary Cleek all over him, looking to the inside. Not quite going to take that look. He'll wait for that run. We'll jump back a little further in the field now with Jimenez and Failer as they're working their way off of turn 2 down the backstretch into turn 3. Side by side, Failer at the top with Jimenez on the bottom. Failer going to take that position away from Jimenez as he slides back to 15th. Meanwhile, not much to talk about at the front of the field. Radford beginning to stretch that lead once again, knocking on the door of the 1 second mark, and there it is. He's going to grab one and put an extra 10th on it for good measure. Radford leads by 1.1. Medford still in second. Parkhurst, he's going to make a run to the front. He's up 3 positions here tonight into a podium spot for the first time. Mark Parkhurst in that BJ's number 23 machine, hounding Medford for second. And as this battle ensues, that's only going to allow Radford to step away even faster, 1.2 seconds. Now, the margin from first to second. Parkhurst still hounding Medford, and Giles with a good run. He's going to get back to that 4th position right where he qualified. Smalling going to drop back to there. You can see that Pro Cup Racing Experience number 21 machine. He's going to round out your top 5. Brandon Pamitat, who was up there in 3rd just moments ago, now listed in 6th, and we got a battle side by side once again. Here comes Spencer Teal looking on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to gain that spot back from the Safe Light Repairs. Safe Light replace number 37 of Guy Clem, but Clem having none of it, keeping the momentum at the top of the racetrack, and we're going to watch this battle unfold right behind them. There's Henderson looking to the outside of Franklin. Dustin gonna yield that position? No, he's gonna challenge it back on the inside. Once again, look for a run. Oh, that was close off of 4. What was once 2 separate 2-truck battles is now a 5-truck battle for position. Spencer Teal leading the way. Guy Clem with a little bit of a slip up, and he'll fall back into the clutches of that body armor number 12. The money line 62 of Brandon Pike right behind him. So the 2 fast forward F-150s running right with each other. Down to the bottom goes Henderson. What will Pike do? For the moment, he's going to stay at the top of the speedway. We've got to look to the middle of the track. Will we see 3 wide? No, they're going to sort it out to keep things heading in the right direction. Dalton Hayes getting passed by Failer for the 12th positions just moments ago. They'll switch and swap that position. Let's go back here. Watch this battle unfold for just a moment. There you can see John Garrett starting to slowly make his way back up through the field after being involved in multiple incidents early here tonight in the Giro Tech Solutions 100. 22 of Juan Jimenez starting to close in on the rear deck lid of John Garrett. There you can see that 66 machine right behind the Fort Worth screen printing sponsored. I believe that is the 74 of Dalton Hayes, and yes it is. And what do you say we go back, take a look off of the rear deck lid here. Or, oh, actually, let's go to the front of the car. Sorry about that. Front of the car. just over that left front tire. Taking a look here from Dalton Hayes' perspective, there you can see teammate Dustin Franklin right off in front of him. Thad Failer making his way to the bottom of the racetrack. That's what it looks like from the front of the car. Let's take a look at the tail end of the truck. There you can see yet another teammate right there behind Hayes, as Garrett drops down to the bottom looking for the position. Failer gonna take the spot now. Garrett gonna drop down to the bottom, and he's gonna grab that spot as well. We'll jump back outside of the truck once again. Hot and heavy action right around that, well, we'll call it the 10th position, because it really is from about 9th all the way back to 16th, all over each other here as we continue this green flag run. And with these early cautions, that's going to play a little bit of strategy games with some of these drivers as well. We haven't really mentioned tire or fuel strategy here tonight. We know a full tank of gas will get these drivers somewhere in that 80-lap range. But with 4 caution flags here tonight, that's going to... Oh, and we got contact in trouble. Contact trouble on the backstretch. Dustin Franklin involved. Oh, my goodness. Big trouble. Multiple cars go around, lots of smoke. And they'll all try to right the ship and head back in the right direction. Dustin Franklin, Scott Mayhew caught up involved in this one. So we've got our 5th caution of the night. What do you say we go back and take a look at what happened here with Franklin? And there it is. Franklin's already around. So what do you, let's see if we can't take another look here. There we go. A little bit of a tap by Hayes. It's going to put, oh, and there it is, the 37 off of the outside wall. That's what it was, the 37 of Guy Clem into the outside wall. A little bit of contact brings him back down the track and into the 47's path. So none of Franklin's fault, but it caught up in another one here, and that's going to be, oh, that is definitely a hard lick on the front end of that Fort Worth screen printing number 47 machine. He is more than likely going to have to use the fast repair. And as we were talking about the fuel strategy, the tire strategy, we got a ton of drivers to pit road and just a handful staying out. This is going to be pretty interesting here. John Garrett going to be your new race leader, the first time anybody else has led besides Troy Rafford. He's going to inherit the lead by staying out on the track, snatching a lap lead. We'll have to wait to see if he eventually does come to pit road. Dalton Hayes thinks better of it. He's going to go ahead and bring his 74 Chevy Silverado down to the attention of the pit crew. And that's going to leave John Garrett and Juan Jimenez as the only 2 drivers not to hit pit road here under caution at lap number 78, 5th caution of the evening here in the Gyrotech Solutions 100. Big shout out to Gyrotech as well as all of great sponsors here with the Colonial Clash Racing League. Big time shout out to Fort Worth Screen Printing. Big shout out to Goose Graphics, Red Spoilers. How about Pro Cup Racing Experience? And John Garrett gonna lead that lap, and he's now gonna decide to come to pit road. That's gonna hand over the race lead for the first time here tonight to Juan Jimenez. So yet another lead change. 3 lead changes, 3 separate leaders, 5 cautions so far here tonight. And what a run. 83 laps into this thing. Will drivers see a long green flag run? Will we see green flag pit stops at some time? Had a little bit of a stretch of a run right there. Upwards of 20-plus laps green flag racing that time before we seen that pesky caution flag slow the field down. But what this has done is put a handful of drivers on a little different strategy. Big time difference in strategy at the front of the field. Juan Jimenez is going to take the race lead as drivers get the wave around, and we'll get double file and ready to go. Green flag racing once again, this time by Jimenez. Last to pit lane on lap number 48. So close to a 40 lap difference. That is a huge difference of tires, especially here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Well, we're going to have to wait to see how well that NTR sponsored number 22 of Jimenez goes. And just like that, pace car down on the gas, green flag flies once again here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Radford going to fire off well from the line, but not going to be good enough to keep Medford behind him. Chris Medford going to look to take that second position, and now Radford struggling with the handling of that Lucky Finn Project Chevy Silverado in the dirty air. It's the first time in, whoa, big trouble. Pamitat, Brendan Pamitat with huge trouble. He's going to slide on the apron. I don't think there was any contact. We've seen a lot of wiggling out of this field coming off of turn 4. We've seen Radford get super loose. We've seen, I believe that was Thomas Smalling, also loose off of turn number, excuse me, off of turn number 4, but also Brandon Pamitat in that U.S. Air Force machine's going to have some trouble shaking the car around, trying to make sure nothing is awry. Not hearing anything on the radio, so the one goes around, and we'll go back. We'll check the replay. Fortunate enough for Pamitat, though, he does not hit anything, and nobody hits him. So that's a... Although you don't want to find trouble here at Bristol, you can't ask for better trouble, really. We'll take one more look at it here. As he works his way off the turn number 4, up the track, trying to keep it out of that 7 of Cody Giles. Super loose, fishtailing, tank slapping, trying to get out of the way, and he's going to spin it to the inside, and that's going to put us under caution for the 6th time here tonight. So back up front once again with your race leader, Juan Jimenez, and his crew chief, looking like a pair of geniuses right now. They're going to stay out, lead a handful of laps, as we find ourselves under caution once again, closing in on the halfway point of tonight's race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You're watching the Girotech Solutions 100. Gonna check in on a few of your points leaders. Let's see where they're all running. Chris Medford, Troy Radford, your top 2 in the point standings coming into tonight's race, running 2nd and 3rd on that scoring pylon. So a good run by both of them. How about Thomas Smalling? He's trying to make a big splash in the point standings. He's got a long way to fight, scratch and claw his way into a solid top 15. But with some good runs, dominating performance at the Roval. Smalling's been to victory lane. Can he get back to victory lane? Oh, once again, maybe solidify his chances at a championship run. Another good race here tonight will indeed put a big shot in the arm of that 21 race team. Smalling looking to make some headway as he's going to roll off on the restart. The second row outside lane right beside Chris Medford. Troy Radford, your poles are going to line up in that second position. And I'll tell you what, a little bit early, but lap number 90, what do you say we go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning here tonight, because we have now a few retirements. 23 drivers to the starting grid here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Girotech Solutions 100 with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. 3 drivers out of tonight's race. We've got 16 still on the lead lap. Tyler Woodard in the Woodard Automotive 77 sponsored Silverado sits in 17th, is listed as your lucky dog. So if we can get a quick caution here, that's going to pay dividends for that 77 machine. He has been quick, but has been caught up in somebody else's mess here tonight. Mr. Smith ready to duck that pace car off. Thank you, sir. There we go, and away we go on the gas quick, and green flag flies early in the restart zone. Jimenez going to catch Radford sleeping. Medford, Radford going to go at it now for second position, so the Falcon Motorsports teammates going to duel it out. Same thing that happened to Radford last restart happened again. Super loose coming out of the corner of turn number 4. A little bit better on the second lap around. Let's see this third lap around after we drop the hammer once again. And there's those new tires. There's that fresh Goodyear rubber working for the 94 machine of Radford, who heads down to the bottom of the racetrack looking for that top spot. Once again, Jimenez fighting for all it's worth. Fastest lap of the race turned in last time around by Radford, and that's going to be snatched away by that 7 of Giles, who rolls into the picture here. He's going to be the 5th truck in line fighting for that top spot of 14:86, now listed as your fast time for the race. That's going to belong to Cody Giles for the moment. Ooh, Jimenez almost into that outside wall. Did you see that? Oh my goodness. Struggling on much older Goodyears. Jimenez going to stay on the high side. But Radford able to make the pass, able to begin to walk away, and that's going to be our 4th lead change of the night here from Bristol Motor Speedway in the Giro Tech Solutions 100. We've had ourselves 6 cautions on the evening, and we're going to make it a 7th as Tyler Woodard and Tyler Rex have come together. Rex, the original, with some trouble. Woodard going to get caught up and involved. And we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at this one more time. What do you say we check in with this 77 machine? There you can see him, top of the racetrack, trying to make his way around, and a little bit of contact. They're going to come together. Look like a little... Oh, my God. Did you see that? And we do apologize for the language. Oh, my gosh. These drivers, a heavy, hard impact there for Tyler Woodard. My goodness. Let's take one more look at this here. Let's ride on board with that 77. And there you can see him coming down the track trying to avoid it. And there's the contact. Oh, my gosh. Heavy, hard impact. Just, I know they say they're safer barriers, but my gosh. I don't know how you make 100+ mile an hour head-on crash into a non-moving object safe, but NASCAR with some great innovations. Maybe they got some NASCAR space tech engineering going on or something, because that was still a pretty rough lick from the way we seen it here up above and in the booth and on the replay. But what are going to go to pit lane? Looks like he's going to have his crew begin to break out the Sawzalls in the 77. Going to try to get that machine back out on track. John Garrett and Juan Jimenez finally going to come to pit road. And Garrett's still trying to fix up some of that damage that he got early here tonight. Before we even got to lap number 20, John Garrett was in some big-time trouble. And, you know, the other thing about Bristol is... You know, Martinsville, yes, it's a half-a-mile track, don't get me wrong, but it seems like here at Bristol Motor Speedway, you just don't have a lot of time on pit road. If you're a little further in the field, you really got to be careful, even pitting under caution. Even though the field is slowed down quite dramatically behind the pace car, the lap time is just so fast here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I mean, we're still under 45 seconds getting around the track under caution. So you got to make your way down pit road, get your fuel tires, try to fix any damage, all within about 40 seconds if you don't want to lose a lap on pit road. Because it looks like we're going to check the timing score and get some numbers crunching over here. And it looks like average pit delta here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway has been 42.6 seconds. So there you go. 45 seconds around the track under caution, 4 tires and fuel, 42. You're giving yourself about a 3-second buffer zone, so the pit crew has got to be on it, driver has got to be on it, and we're ready to jump on it. Oh, once again here from the last great Coliseum, our good buddy Travis Smith in the iRacing pace car will duck off this time around. Whew, what a run. Just past the halfway point. We're going to begin to pick him up, lay him down, and knock him out of the park here tonight. Let's see if Radford can hold on to the race lead. Back to the Geico restart zone, and on the gas, away we go. Green flag flies. Once again here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Quick to turn number 1. Radford going to have the advantage, and he's going to begin to try to walk away. Here comes Thomas Smalling with a big run on the bottom of the track. Catfishing at a premium here tonight. For Small, and super loose. Super loose on the inside, and that's kind of the danger of running that inside lane, race fans, is trying to keep the car down there on the bottom. You really got to work that wheel not to slide up the track. And Smalling going to slide the rear tires and give up. Not just that attempt for a second, but he's going to lose third as well. As Cody Giles now going to look to the inside of Chris Medford. The two Falcon Motorsports teammates have been at the front of this field all night long. They're going to look to stay there, but last week's race winner, Cody Giles, if he's got something to say about it, he's going to change the way this running order looks at the front of the field, looking to the inside now on Medford. Great run to the inside lane. Giles working that bottom. We've got some more trouble in the back of the field. Looks like Brandon Medford, John Garrett also involved in this one. Dalton Hayes. So the Fort Worth Screen Printing Esports team not having a good go at it here tonight at the concrete track. Let's jump on board here with the 74 of Dalton Hayes. Checking out the replay. Hayes looks good. Oh, and Medford just goes around. Was there contact from Pamitat that sent him around? We'll have to take an overhead camera shot. Do we got a drone cam of that one? Can we see that one? We got it. All right, here we go. The drone cam shot right here that you can see the 41, 83. There's a little bit of contact, a little bit of net code right there. Look like a little bit more net code in that situation than what maybe some of us would like. And for those of you that don't typically race on the iRacing platform or in any real online virtual racing simulator or world, sometimes things don't sync up quite perfectly between all of these drivers and their bubble per se. And a little bit of false contact there between Medford and Hayes, and that's going to, or Pamitat and Hayes, and that's going to send Dalton Hayes as well as John Garrett back down pit road. We're going to take one more look at it here, get a definitive look. I'm trying to see if can we slow it? There it is, right there. You see a little bit of daylight still in between the front bumper and the rear bumper of those two truck drivers, so. I'm gonna chalk that one up to net code. No real contact to speak of initially between those two drivers. They're both gonna catch a piece, and man, that's gonna put a handful of drivers in a little bit of a situation here. And I believe Cody Giles may have had some contact post-incident here. Let's see what happened here with the 7. We've got some news that there was a little bit of contact. We're not picking up anything, though. Yeah, no trouble to be found here for that 7 machine of Giles as he's going to run in the 4th position. Troy Radford looking to get to catch up to the back of the iRacing pace car as we work lap number 112 under caution. 8th caution of the evening here tonight in the Giro Tech Solutions 100. And we should see the one finger wave. The boss man in the flag stand will give Mr. Smith the 1 to go. And the pace car lights are off. We're ready to fire off once again. And again to close in on the 3/4 mark of tonight's race. And I tell you what, while we've got a quick moment here, if you haven't already, if you like the racing action and you love the action here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway, show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Join us in that push to 3,000. As we said, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. You get a fancy notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And here we go live once again on the gas, and green flag flies as Redford tries to step away from the field. Great restart on the outside by Medford. Great restart, able to hang with Radford for just a moment. He's going to lose a little bit of ground now and fall back into the clutches of Thomas Smalling. Once again, these two are familiar with racing each other tonight here at the front. Cody Giles right there rounding out your top four. So your top four qualifiers running 1, 2, 3, 4 right where they qualified here tonight. Thad Baylor and Blake Henderson, they're going to begin to go at it and work each other over for position. That's going to be for 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Baylor going to work that high line and make it happen. And here comes Spencer Teal. How about the run here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway for the driver inside of that 20 Pro Cup Racing Experience machine? Spencer Teal with an absolute great run here tonight. A little bit of Tim Richmond action right there, profile picture. Yeah, don't think we know who that is. Spencer, come on, that's the great Tim Richardson. Absolutely one of the all-time legends in my opinion of a somewhat of a lost era of NASCAR drivers. That was right around, I want to say right around the mid-'80s that Richardson came into Hendrick Motorsports, typically known for running that Folgers-sponsored number 25 machine. So, big tip of the cap there, Spencer, for a little bit of a throwback look with the profile picture here. He's going to see if he can't get that 1776 Motorsports Pro Cup Racing Experience sponsored Chevy Silverado a little bit closer to a podium and into the top 5 for the moment. Teal sits in 6th. And what do you say we jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring in some more action? We'll take a look right here for a moment with Thad Baylor, the 42 machine, right behind the Hero Tech Martin Sports. Number 7 of Cody Giles. Baylor rounding out your top 5. Great on-board live action shot there from the front end of that 42 machine. Spencer Teal right behind him. Mark Parkhurst with a great run. He's going to sit in 7th for the moment. John Gutekunst back up inside the top 10. He's sitting in that 8th position, gaining a spot off of Blake Henderson. So a good run here for that 41. Pimitat Franklin going at it. 10th and 11th on the speedway. And there you can see Smalling and Medford continuing that second place battle. Man, they have been battling with each other all night long, whether it's for second or for third or fourth. They've been all over each other. Two very tough competitors that seem to be tough to break apart as we watch now as that iRacing lead calculator 42 machine of Thad Baylor trying to fend off the hard-charging Spencer Teal. He's got Mark Parkhurst right behind him. John Gutekunst right there as well. A little bit of a blinking action going off at the front of the field. A little bit of a connection issue for one of the drivers out there. Looks like things going to sort themselves out at the front in Radford. And he's starting to step away in that clean air. 1.3 second advantage for your race leader in the Lucky Finn Project 94. Troy Radford shows the way. Great look at a lot of the trucks through the front end camera here tonight. And I tell you what, why don't we get a little closer to the action? Let's go a little closer track side. Give you a little bit of a feel for the speed here around this world's fastest half-mile concrete over here nestled in Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee. Fun fact about Bristol: you can head into downtown and you can literally stand in 2 states at once. And I know it's not very, it's not rare that that happens. There's spots all across the country that you can stand in 2 different states. There's, I believe, in 4 corners there, you can stand kind of in 4 states at one time as they all come together and border each other out west. But a big deal here at Bristol Motor Speedway because, I mean, you are literally in 2 states at once watching racing. It is absolutely phenomenal, absolutely great. Just up the road, a lot of great wrestling action taking place at the high school that's just up the road. Beautiful facility up there as well. Big shout out to everybody putting on the Bristol Bash and I believe it's the Bristol Beatdown when it comes to the high school wrestling side of things. But we're not wrestling, although some of these drivers may be wrestling the wheel out there or out here. Hardcore racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. You're watching the Girotech Solutions 100. So we work lap number 137 out of the 200 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. A little bit more house cleaning now in order as we have had 3 more retirements. James Hoot, Todd Cleek, Scott Mayhew, Tyler Woodard, your latest victim here tonight. Juan Jimenez also gonna fall victim to the damage. Dalton Hayes, his debut race here at Bristol Motor Speedway cut short of all the laps. The number 74 gonna walk away with the 18th position here tonight as we stay side by side right here for that 3rd position. A little bit of a run through 1 and 2 that time for Smalling, but Giles able to close right back on in without any real problems and wins the last time we've said this, race fans. John Garrett in the Fort Worth Screen Printing Esports machine, down 1 lap, listed as the lucky dog at this moment. It may be a short-lived moment because Troy Radford, he has stepped out to over a 2-second advantage over Chris Medford, and he's beginning to close in on those lead lap machines. The money line 62 of Brandon Pike now going to fall victim to your race leader, and he's going to fall off of the lead lap. Now in the lucky dog position is Brandon Pike. And how about the luck for Pike? He's going to get the lucky dog, but oh, what a heartbreak for the 66 of John Garrett. He's going to lose that lucky dog position now to Brandon Pike as the 48 U.S. Air Force machine has a little bit of trouble. Let's go see what happened with Pamitat here from Bristol. A little bit of a stack up at front. Contact sends the 23 down the track. Pamitat trying to put on the binders and not going to get it woke down enough. Yeah, pretty decent contact with that inside lane, with that inside safer barrier. I tell you what, I believe we've got one more look at it. Let's take one more look and see what happened here with that 48. Catching a little late on the slide. And, it's a little bit harder than we thought on the front end. Looks like front clip bent a little bit. You can see a little bit of a crack right there in front of that Goodyear, the sponsorship, just over the left front rear wheel well. Yeah, there you go, Dave. Trying to say that fast. Can do it. Well, caution once again here from Bristol Motor Speedway. That's going to mix things up at the front of the field. Brandon Pamitat, he's going to stay out on track. After the spin, after the contact, he's going to stay out on track, lead a lap, then head back down pit road. Brandon Pike also going to come back to down pit road, so that will put Radford back at the point once again. There's Troy making his way around the track. Numbers beginning to grow on us here tonight. 4 different race leaders, 6 lead changes with 9 caution flags here from Bristol Motor Speedway, knocking on the door of the 3/4 point here from the world's fastest half mile. And as we do find ourselves under caution, we're going to take a quick commercial break, head back trackside for the continuation and finish of tonight's race. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
And back trackside just in time as the green flag flies once again. Radford gonna show him the way with Chris Medford out on the trail. Oh, Smalling with a big wiggle, and Failer gonna go around. Hard impact into the inside wall, and we've got a caution on the speedway once again. We've seen Failer get loose out of turn number 4. A common thing here tonight after the restarts is struggling for grip on colder tires. On these restarts have really caught a handful of these drivers out. I mean, even your pole sitter, even your race leader, who's by far sewed up the most laps led here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. We've seen him really struggle with the grip, working off of turn 4 after the drop of the restart green flag. And woes and troubles continue for drivers here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. But what that will do, if he's kept the machine clean on this one with a quick caution, John Garrett should get himself back onto the lead lap. So look for that 66 to head around, and there he goes. If he hasn't used that fast repair yet, he might be getting ready to burn that one with less than 50 to go. Drivers are going to be up on the wheel, head down, elbows up, and I promise you, you have not seen the last of fenders and bumpers touching here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Driver's going to get the 2 to go signal this time around. And what I said was going to be a war of attrition is really living up to that moniker. Really showing us how tough this track really is. I mean, some of the greats, some of the NASCAR greats, some of the NASCAR legends with no victories here at Bristol. It's kind of like Martinsville, or Darlington, where yes, the who's who of racing has been to victory lane and been to victory lane multiple times, but this is one of those tracks that, as beautiful, as good as it is, you either love it or you hate it. There's no, well, I kind of like it. Well, I'm not really sure. No, none of that goes down that way. You either absolutely love this place or you despise it. And for the moment, a handful of these drivers may be switching their opinions about Bristol Motor Speedway. Radford being one of the fastest all night long since he unloaded that Lucky Finn project Chevy Silverado, so maybe his thoughts and views towards Bristol may be a little bit different. If you remember last week in Victory Lane, Cody Giles told us he likes Bristol. He loves the place. I told him he was crazy. Nobody loves Bristol, but this guy showing us why. We're gonna start inside row number 2 for this latest restart, and we've got the one to go, so the pace car will duck off this time around as we get set to head towards turn number 3. And just like that on the gas, green flag flies. Once again here from Bristol Motor Speedway, the concrete jungle, with the Colonial Clash Racing Series Hero Tech Solutions 100. Bottom of the racetrack goes the 7 of Giles, trying to take that position away. Not quite going to be able to snatch the second, and he'll have to settle for keeping third for now. Thomas Smalling going to look to the outside. Going to pull even here. Giles with a little bit of an advantage, but the momentum paying off at the high side. And we got drivers with, oh my gosh, did you see the 41 of John Gutekunst? I don't know how he kept that thing underneath him. My gosh. '48 of Brendan Pamitat involved in an incident a little bit ago. I want to say about 20 to 30 laps ago. The 48 caught up and involved with an on-track incident. Now back inside of the top 10, running in the 8th position. Solid little quiet night for the 41 driver right behind him. Tell you what, I do believe we've got an onboard camera shot. Let's jump on board into the office, take a little look at Brendan Pamitat and how fitting with the U.S. Air Force sponsored 48 machine. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose. Running that. I'm gonna call it what it is. A Top Gun inspired racing helmet and driver suit that you can see looking like one of those pilot suits inside of that 48 machine. And how fitting the U.S. Air Force sponsor on that machine. A little bit of a grab of the wheel. You can see him right there. A little grab of the wheel for Pamitat. What a fire suit and what a helmet here tonight. You may need some bomber action after this one, because there's going to be a junkyard that needs to be, well, probably liquidated a little bit, as we've got ourselves 6 drivers out of tonight's race back behind pit wall. A little bit of blinking action coming out of that 12 machine of Blake Henderson. Your rookie making his debut here at Bristol with a solid night so far, continuing to run inside of the top 10. Henderson up 11 positions from where he qualified, so a great run to the front of the field for Henderson. We'll throw that timing and scoring back over to the left-hand side of your screen as we continue to watch this battle between Henderson and Pamitat. Off of turn number 2, they'll head down the backstretch and into turn 3. Pamitat now with the advantage as the blinker fluid running a little bit dry for that 12 of Henderson. What will the 41 of Gutekunst do? He's going to look to the bottom of the racetrack for a moment. Not quite going to stay down there now. Race leader Troy Radford, he's down and away, but we've got a battle at the front. What do you say we jump up here real fast? Take a look at this Hornet's Nest buzzing at the front of the field as we close into right at 31 laps remaining this time around. Chris Metford trying to step away from Thomas Smalling, shaking Cody Giles. There's Mark Parkhurst and Spencer Teal. I'm telling you, I don't want to talk Spencer, but we've got all the confidence in the world, but we know how these broadcaster curses can be. I hope you have a great finish. We're not going to talk about you anymore in Kershaw, and we're just going to move right along. We'll move right along from the whole situation. We'll stay right here for just a moment. Take a look at this second place battle as Chris Medford trying to walk away from Smalling, but Smalling having none of it, able to run about a lane lower through 3 and 4. That's going to help lap car in the high lane. The 84 going to give him the position. So Rex the Original going to go to the top side of the track, and he's going to stay out of harm's way. And now Parker's going to look to the inside of the 7 machine. Let's take a look at this battle right here for that 4th and 5th position. And Giles able to fend him off. Fight him off. And Dustin Franklin, the Fort Worth screen printing esports driver with some big time troubles and woes here tonight. Franklin listed off of the lead lap back in the 14th position. So a tough break and a tough go here tonight from one of the fast big boys in the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. Franklin gonna be listed as your lucky dog. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, we're not even going to bother going and seeing Troy Radford. He's got himself a 2-second advantage. We're going to look at this battle for just a moment with Medford and Smalling going at it. 24 laps remaining as we cross the line. So on the downhill side of things now, drivers have got to get it going if they're going to want to walk away with a podium spot. Nobody looks like they're going to be catching your race leader, Troy Radford, out to a 2-second advantage over Chris Medford. Medford trying to fend off the fast Pro Cup Racing Experience 21 of Thomas Smalling. Smalling rounding out your top 3 drivers. Cody Giles right there sitting in 4th. Mark Parkhurst all over his rear bumper in the BJ's 23 machine. Looking to the inside. Will he grab the spot off of 2? Not quite going to be there just yet. And Parkhurst, you're gonna have to go at him once again. You know, patience. And patience is something that you gotta have. You gotta be... Oh, and we got some trouble on the front stretch. Big time trouble. 2-3 trucks around. Caution on the speedway. Put it out, boys. There it is. Dustin Franklin, Zachary Cleek, Tyler Rex caught up and involved in this latest incident. Let's see what happened with Franklin. You can see the 41 down on the middle portion of the racetrack, contacting, the 83. Gonna push the 37 right into the 47. The 11's gonna get collected. 80, oh my goodness. The 84 is gonna try to miss everything. He's gonna get caught up in the 12. Comes in and cleans him up. Dustin Franklin, Tyler Rex, Blake Henderson, Zachary Cleek, all caught up involved, catching a piece of the action late here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Drivers were last to pit lane on lap 145. Will anybody come to pit road with less than 20 to go? What do you do? I mean, honestly, what do you do? Drivers still have an extra set of tires down there on pit road. With just 13 drivers on the lead lap. What do you do? I know if I'm that 42 of Thad Failer, your lucky dog recipient, I'm coming to pit road and I'm getting 4 fresh Goodyears. And you better watch out. Because we're going to have just less than 15 laps to go. I do believe 14 laps to go when we get the green flag again. And I believe it's going to be, I believe he may be starting somewhere around 17th, 18th behind some of these lap machines here tonight. But if I'm Failer, man, I'm getting those tires and I'm coming to the front. You better move out my way because I ain't stopping. At this point in time, the Chrome Horns are coming out. And we'll have to see who engages them here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. as the drivers receive a 2-to-go signal from the flagman. Our good buddy, Mr. Smith, gonna keep everybody at pace for at least another 2 laps here. And something that I've noticed too, over the course of these past few weeks, of the past few races, we've seen drivers really not manipulating or playing with that restart zone as much as maybe we would have thought. You know, with the implement? No, that's not right. Implementations? No, I don't. With the Geico restart zone really coming into effect here on the world's #1 racing simulator, iRacing.com, we thought maybe there'd be a little more gamesmanship, a little bit more playing with that restart and when you really fire things off. But these drivers not really playing any new restart games. So, I mean, I'm shocked. We'll see if Radford has anything up his sleeve for this latest restart. Pace car down and away, and we're ready to fire things off once again. Green flag flies as we cross the line with 14 to go. Radford with a good start. He's going to keep that top spot for now. Chris Medford with a great restart. This is one of the best restarts that we've seen this 46 machine have all night long. Really able to hang with race leader Radford. Falling off pace just a little bit. How about the Hornet's Nest right there with Cody Giles rounding out your podium for the moment. And it's going to be a hot and heavy, highly contested podium here from Bristol Motor Speedway. I mean, just right here, we've got 4 trucks trying to grab the final podium position. Thomas Smalling almost making some contact, wiggles down the track, and Mark Parkhurst going to take over that 5th position. Smalling going to drop now back to 6th with John Garrett. Where did he come from? Multiple incidents here tonight for Garrett. He kept that fast repair in his back pocket, and here he is at the end of tonight's race inside of the top 10 with a fresh truck, fresh tires, and he's on the move. The 41 of John Gutekunst also with a fresh truck. But Gutekunst does not have those fresh tires. We'll see how much of a run this 66 is able to maintain. Brandon Pamitat struggling on the high side. He's going to give up the position to the 83 of Brandon Medford, as Medford making a good run late in tonight's race. He's going to be listed as the biggest mover with just 7 laps to go this time by. Can he grab a handful more? Trouble on the track with 7 to go. That's going to bring us to, I believe, a green-white checkered finish here from Bristol Motor Speedway in the Giro Tech Solutions 130. And what went down, what happened, and it looks like Cody Giles and Mark Parkhurst both involved in this one, both already on pit road. So what do you say we take a look here, see what happened with Parkhurst? If you can see him right behind Giles. Gonna head down into the corner, a little bit of a bump. Ooh, Giles sideways, overcorrects. How about Pamitat and Smalling involved? Oh my goodness. So it looks like 2 separate incidents. Oh, there it is. Yes, Smalling trying to miss it, and Pamitat gonna come through, collect both of them. And we've got 4 trucks involved in our latest caution here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Tough break for all parties involved. And well, let's jump back to your race leader, Troy Radford, showing the field how to get around here, leading the most laps here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. And unless somebody can do something on this restart, Radford looks to secure his 4th win of the season. And I mean, that is saying something. We're only going to have ourselves 12 regular season races, and to win a quarter of them, That is one heck of a debut for Radford. We're not going to call that 94 driver a rookie because if you've been around iRacing for some time, you've probably ran across one of these Falcon Motorsports drivers at Radford, one of the elite veterans here on the iRacing.com platform, and, well, showing us the way and showing us how here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Radford, right calls, right time, right place, right time. And he's going to bring the field back to the green flag with just 2 to go. It will be a green-white checkered. We are getting word that, yes, this will be a green-white checkered finish here tonight in the Eurotech 100. And something else we're going to ask ourselves. I mean, these drivers, they're going to go over that 100, over that 200 lap threshold, over that 100 miles driven here tonight. Does anybody have to come back down pit lane for tires? The 21 of Smalling, the 48 of Pamitat, both on the pit lane, but both trying to fix a little bit of damage. Not sure how big of a factor those two drivers are going to be for the rest of the evening here tonight. But my concern, especially if I'm that 46. I mean, yes, I get it. That's my teammate. But I want the race win. And I'm going to be leaning all over your quarter panel coming to get the green flag here. I'm going to want to jump as quickly as we can. It looks like we got a little bit of an argument over position here, as Tyler Rex looking for a place to rejoin the running order. And well, we'll sort it out. Pace car down and away. And here we go. On the gas. Green flag flies. Popsicle sticks on display. Will we get back around for the white flag? Medford with a great restart at the front. Let's stay right here with the battle for the race lead. Medford with the best restart of the night tonight. We're going to cross the line. White flag flies. Radford with an advantage on the bottom. Medford pushing hard at the top. How deep will he pound it into the corner? And it looks like Radford's going to win the race off of 4 back across the line. Checkered flag in hand here tonight for Chris Medford. And how about the Falcon Motorsports sweep on the podium? Brandon Medford going to climb up through the running order and gain a handful of more positions. Medford going to walk away with 3rd. John Gutekunst with a great run. He's going to come up to 4th. Spencer Teal back in 5th. Smalling, Garrett, Pike, Thaler, and Pamitat round out your top 10 as the Lucky Finn Project. Number 94 of Radford enjoys a post-race celebration. We're going to get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. So as he gives the fans in the stands a little bit of a smoke show, we're going to cut to commercial break. Head back trackside for your driver interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Welcome back, trackside. At the conclusion of tonight's Eurotech Solutions 100, ready to kick things off for your post-race interview. So what do you say we dive right on into it? Let's see if we can talk to the first Falcon Motorsports driver here tonight on the podium. Let's see if we can dial up that 83 of Brandon Medford. Brandon, it's Dave. You got me?
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow, some way, you found a way to the front after pretty much well, I don't want to say a lackadaisical race, but kind of mired in traffic for most of the night here tonight. At the end of tonight's race, though, right at the front where you belong with your Falcon Motorsports teammates, you're gonna walk away with third. So tell us a little bit about your night, and do you think there's anything that maybe could have turned the tide to possibly get you another spot or two?
Yeah, actually, I hopped in practice with 3 minutes to go. My son had a football game tonight, so we were an hour from home. I rushed home. No practice. Qualified 15th or 16th. Had no idea what I had. So, first part of the race, I just wanted to ride around. Ended up in a couple accidents. Ended up having to take my fast repair before the halfway break. So, I wanted to stay out of trouble. Almost got into a couple other messes. Actually hit the wall on my own. And then whatever it was about 80 to go. I found something. Figured out how to drive the track, and I methodically and slowly tried to come through the field. Had to get a lap back through the wave around, and then it was on. Man, I was coming. I saved a little tire there for the end, hoping to have a run, and got me close. A few more laps, I might have been knocking on Troy and Chris's doors, but they're both really good here, so I'm really happy to finish third behind those guys.
Yeah, great turn of events for you here tonight at the last great Coliseum. And foosball is the devil. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Man, great night for you, your team. Great night for you and your race team. The whole Falcon Motorsports team walking away with all three top spots. So big shout out to you and all of the teammates. But before we let you go here tonight, Brandon, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous before we get ready to roll to Daytona next week?
Oh, did we say super speedway out loud?
I no, I just said Daytona. I did not say I did not say the double S word.
Well, let me tell you, Daytona's the devil and foosball is not. I'm not excited to go there, but yeah, Dave. So I got to thank my Falcon teammates, my family for basically putting up with me rushing home to race tonight and at least 3 nights a week. So thanks to them. Thanks to the league, the broadcast, my Falcon teammates again. Ellie's Place, always place. If you don't mind, I'd like to give a shout out to our race we're going to have next Friday. We have a benefit race for Ellie's Place and Zoe's Place next week on Friday. Please, I'll throw the links up on Turn 3 broadcast, and any fans or drivers that want to participate or donate to our cause, we're trying to raise around. We're hoping to get $2,000, so we're more than halfway there. So that's awesome. But hit us up. Look me up on Facebook, Brandon Medford. Look up Doug Wysocki or Tyler Hilton. And let's hope make this thing bigger than it was last year. And thanks, Dave.
Absolutely. Well, Brandon, as always, it's a pleasure catching up with you, and we'll see how things go at the Devil track for you next week at Daytona. Until then, my man, stay safe, keep it fast, and I'm sure we'll speak soon.
I bet we will. See you, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words for the man that walked away third here tonight. That's the 83 of Brandon Medford. Big shout out to him and his entire crew working all night long to get himself to the front. And that's going to lead us right into second place and have a little talk with his Falcon Motorsports teammate, the man that started second. Going to walk away second. Chris Medford, it's Dave. You got me?
Sure do.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after, a solid night? Gonna come home second, right where you qualified here tonight. A great restart, that final restart. So after you tell us how you feel about this finish, walk us through that final restart and how you were able to get such a good jump on this final try.
The race wasn't too bad. Kept the nose clean. Like me and Troy was saying, we're actually the only ones that didn't have incident points tonight. So keeping your nose clean was very important tonight. But that final restart, you know, obviously me and Troy's teammates, and we started the same channel. Those last couple ones, he wasn't calling them out, which respectable. Um, and we've been going early all night, and just the restart zone with these trucks is so small. If I knew he wasn't going early twice in a row, he's either going mid or late. So luckily he chose mid, and we had a pretty good restart.
Well, man, it was an absolute great restart. Set up a good battle in that green-white checkered finish. I don't know if this question is sting or hurt or if it had come off the wrong way, but it's not intended to, my man. You're one of the good friends out there in this field, but losing to a teammate, does it make it any does it make it any worse when it's your teammate that beats you, or you know what I mean? Or do you look at it more from the big picture of things with Falcon Motorsports able to lock out the podium?
With Troy being so stout that he is, I mean, even to be up there in a battle with him, for as fast as he was tonight, I mean, second place does it sting, of course, but with Troy's caliber of racing, I mean, you've been around Troy for many years as well. You know how stout he can be, and he's kind of like me. He's really good. He's really strong on these short tracks. Like I said, we're pretty much dead even. He pushes me some tips, I push him some tips, and it definitely helps each other out. But no, with this podium, Brandon didn't have luck from the get go. And, me and Troy's just trying to keep him calm. Say, hey, it's a long race. I know you're the fastest pair lap 50, just riding it back. Just keep it clean, yada yada yada. And he done that, and we somehow got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean it was a great race put together by Brandon, your fellow teammate and brother as well, to really stay calm in the situation and work his way up to a podium spot. But moving forward from here, we've got 2 more regular season races, Daytona and Auto Club coming up. Do you think we may be able to see that 46 in victory lane in either of those?
Definitely not Daytona. I mean, I somewhat enjoy plate racing, but it don't fall my way. I might have won maybe a handful of plate races, but I mean, you can't really have somebody go out there and be a plate king on this type of simulator. Auto Club, I mean, like I said, we got a lot of stout guys from Troy, Brandon, myself, Smalling, Giles, Garrett, Pam Patel, all these guys. They're very stout, and I mean, who knows? Juan's won 2 races this year off of fuel strategy, so a lot of things can come into play here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Auto Club is going to be a pretty interesting race. We all know Daytona kind of a crapshoot or just a roll of the dice. If you're running at the end, you might have a chance for the win. So we'll see how it all shakes down over these next 2 races. But Chris, congratulations on yet another podium finish here tonight. Before we let you go, you know the drill. Mike's yours.
Yep, I thank you, Dave, for the broadcast. Thanks for John G and all the admins for putting up with all this each night. Tonight was actually a lot greener than I thought it was going to be. Shout out to everybody out there. I know we had a couple big wrecks, but we also had some pretty good long runs. So, shout out to everybody there. Congrats to Troy on his run, on his win. Brandon with his 3rd place. Shout out to our sponsors: Racer Riley, Zoe's Place, Ellie's Place, National Kidney Foundation, Lucky Finn Project. All of our great causes we race for. And as I've try to say as much as I can, we're having a benefit race next Friday, to benefit towards Ellie's Place and Zoe's Place. I believe Brandon has put up a $75 winner's purse and a $25 or $50 second place. You guys can choose what you want to do with it. You want to pocket it. You want to donate to any kind of charity. Please feel free to. But if you guys are interested, get with Brandon Medford, Tyler Hilton, or Douglas Wasaki.
All right, my man. Well, again, Chris, congratulations on the great finish here tonight. And we'll see if we can catch up with you before the playoffs begin here in just a handful of weeks. Until then, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave. You too, buddy.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from the Falcon Motorsports driver, sliding home in the 2nd position. That's the 46 of Chris Medford, finishing right where he started tonight's race. And finishing right where he started tonight's race, walking away with the pole position, walking away with his 4th checkered flag of the season. Troy, does this ever get old?
Nah, man, especially at this track. This track with these competitors, it's a fun one.
Well, you walked into the last great Coliseum. You showed these other gladiators who the real warrior was. You were fastest in happy hour, fastest in qualifying. I think you eked out that fastest lap of the race as well with the 1484. So, yeah, that's going to be another little feather in the cap. Most laps led. I think if there was anything to pile up and win tonight, you did it. So, what is it about this place that makes it, I don't want to say so easy, but so special to you in your 94 crew?
You know, the stupid thing is the way this track drives, honestly, it does feel easy. Like when you get the right, there's a very specific line that I like to run here. And when you get that line right, it is the easiest track to drive. It's consistent. It's easy on the tires. You're not digging it and not slamming the wall down. So, I love this track, and I've always had really, really good runs here. I have a really horrible track record about getting wrecked by lapped cars here, though. So it's always been a really frustrating track for me. And so there was a few times where I saw those wrecks happening, and I'm just like, oh God, here goes another one. But it definitely, it's just one of those where if you stay patient and you run and you mold the tires and you do it right, it makes it so much easier at this track.
Yeah, we could see you had pretty much the same line almost all night long, except for when you kind of had to come off it for a little bit. I want to get your thoughts, though, real quick before we hand you the mic. But last restart, what was going through your head when you headed down into turn 1, and this time your teammate, he was right there?
So it's really kind of the same thing that I had to do the whole night. Is I've had great restarts all night, and I hit the restart exactly where I should. However, and complete props to Chris, that was one of the best timed restarts I've ever seen. I mean, a hair ahead, he's going to get a black flag. A hair behind, he's going to lose a car length, and just one of the most beautifully timed starts I've ever seen. I really thought he was going to get me on the coming off of 2, but when you get down to that point, it really comes down to staying calm, because the line that I run, if I get on the gas too early, I'm going to get tight off the corner. And if I drive it in too deep, I'm going to get tight in the middle. So, it's having to sit there and stay within yourself and be able to, get in the throttle exactly when you're supposed to get in the throttle, not when your brain tells you you need to get in the throttle because Chris is on the outside of you trying to pass you. And, fortunately I was able to do that. He did get alongside me coming across the start finish line, but it was exactly, it was perfect. It was great.
Well, Troy, again, congratulations on collecting your 4th checkered flag of the season as we get set to head off into the playoffs here in just 2 more weeks, building a little bit of momentum for you and your 94 crew. So before we let you go and celebrate this race win, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just all of the usuals. Of course, Evidence-Based Mommy Lucky Finn Project, National Kidney Foundation, as well as you guys at Turn 3, and everybody who helps put on this league. It's always tough running this stuff, and we want to make sure that we're showing the appreciation, because that's, as an admin, you don't get the appreciation, you just get the problem. So definitely want to make sure that the guys know that we love what they do and really appreciate them.
Absolutely. Well, Troy, again, congratulations on yet another checkered flag. Always a pleasure. Always a joy to watch you out there on the track. Always respectful and always fast. And I'm sure this isn't going to be the last time to talk. So until we meet again, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you, bud.
All right, there you go. Final few words from your race winner, walking away with his 4th checkered flag of the season. Troy Ralford gonna park the Lucky Finn Project number 94 Chevy Silverado back in victory lane once again. And my goodness, what a race. What a night here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. We had some cautions, we had some action, we had a late race restart. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. So as the producers hit those buttons in the background, what do you say we run down your unofficial race results here in the Euro Tech Solutions 100. Troy Radford going to take the top spot. Falcon Motorsports teammate Chris Metford and Brandon Metford will join him on the podium. How about the run by that 41 of John Gutekunst? He's going to finish in fourth with Spencer Teal rounding out the top 5 in that Pro Cup Racing Experience. Sponsored number 20 machine. Great run by him tonight. Thomas Smalling going to park the 21 machine home in 6th. John Garrett back in 7th. Great recovery out of that Fort Worth screen printing esports machine. Brandon Pike back in 8th. Thad Failer in 9th with Brendan Pamitat rounding out your top 10. Dustin Franklin followed by Cody Giles right there in that 7 truck. Guy Klim gonna finish in 13th. 14th belongs to the original Tyler Rex. Zachary Cleek, Mark Parkhurst, Blake Henderson, Dalton Hayes gonna finish out your top 18th. 19th from the track here tonight belongs to the 22 of Juan Jimenez and the Woodard Automotive. Sponsored number 77 machine of Tyler Woodard will finish out your top 20. Scott Mayhew, Todd Cleek, and James Oot finish out your 23 truck running order here tonight. I'm David Worrell. Anthony Thurber just down and across the hall pulling a race control and admin duties. Big shout out to Thurber for all you do and all you have done here tonight. Great racing action, and we're going to get ready to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. Get ready to head down to Daytona for some restrictor plate action next Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So can't wait to see you down there in beautiful sunny Florida. If you haven't already, go ahead, you know you want to. Tell your friends, tell your friends to tell their friends, and join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.